Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I hope that wherever you are and whatever you are doing, you are having an amazing weekend. My sunflowers continue to grow. Some of these sunflowers are now very much into producing seeds, but the ones up top, I mean, there are just so many. Look at those bumblebees right there. And today is all about bees, as I will explain a little later on. Look, there are 5 bumblebees on that one sunflower. There are 2 there, and there are loads up top as well. It's all about bees today. I will explain more in a second, but let's just take a wander along the garden here, and I will show you how things are doing over here. We haven't cut our grass, and some people were asking about that recently. They were saying your grass is looking a bit long. I'm going to try and show you this appropriately. So I've been watering the parts of my garden that are next to like vegetables to try and ensure that I've been able to grow things, right? So this is where my fruit trees have been. And you'll see that my fruit trees, I've got some blackberries I'm going to have to take out because otherwise they will stick around. But I've had, obviously, watering on the fruit trees to try and ensure that these fruit trees continue to produce fruit and that everything is healthy there. But if you look over here, this is all dry. There's been no water here at all, and it's tinder box dry. And the reason that we've kind of been leaving the grass that has been growing is because it's helped encourage, it has helped encourage the pollinators, right? The bumblebees especially, but it's also helped encourage honeybees and other stuff as well. Are you coming, Skye? This video is all about you. Come on, Skye. Come on, baby. So I guess this is a good chance to tell you about the tale of ennui with Miss Skye. So this is Skye. She is our youngest doggo. If you are a regular to the channel, you know we have 3 dogs. We have River. She is a Labrador, and she is from Bristol. She came to live in the US when we moved. She came with us. She is 12 next year. She's a leap year baby, so it's her 12th birthday on February 29th. Hopefully she will get there. She is quite elderly for a Labrador, and she is lovely and very, very chill, and we love her to bits. Then we have Ghost. Ghost, come say hello. Ghost is the furthest border collie. He is quite a high energy doggo, but he likes playing outside and being outside in the sun. And then we have Skye. And Skye is our baby. She is the youngest. She's younger than Ghost by a little bit. And Skye likes blackberries. She likes raspberries. She likes strawberries. And last week I made a video about blackberrying, and I think we made about 3 kilograms of jam. So what's that, 6-ish pounds of blackberry and apple jam. The blackberries, as you can see here, if you look along, these are all blackberry bushes basically all the way along here. And as you can see, Skye likes going over there and helping herself to blackberries because blackberries are tasty. So this last weekend we went and I went outside before it got really hot, and I went blackberrying, and then later on in the day I went blackberrying again. And late in the day, as you can see, these trees are really, really tall, so in the evening we get some great shade. And so I was out in the garden blackberrying with Skye, and we were wandering around the perimeter, and Skye, being Skye, was putting her nose in and enjoying things, helping herself to some blackberries. And while she's over hiding right down at the bottom of the garden, I'm going to show you what happened. Hopefully I won't get stung. So she was around the she shed, as we call it, where we have right on the border of our property. And right down there, you probably can't see it right now, there is a ground bee nest. Now, I'm not sure what type of ground bees they are, but we hadn't noticed. And you can see this is a blackberry bush, and there are some lovely berries right by the entrance to the underground bee colony. So Miss Skye, being a dog who, you know, she knows what she likes, and she likes fruit. She went looking, come on doggos, she went looking for blackberries. I was blackberrying and she was, you know, snuffling around in the ground, and suddenly she yelped. I looked at her and she had a bee stuck right above her eyebrow. Right here, Skye, wasn't it? Right there. And she was very unhappy about it. These bees had taken her nose as an invasion of their privacy, and they were not having any of it. So they started to chase her and sting her. Skye, would you like a raspberry as a consolidation prize? Yeah, there we go. I don't mean... There you go. Consolation instead of consolidation. I'm having a word problem today, apparently, which is more common for YouTubers and journalists than you might think. Anyway, she had one bee on her eyebrow. She had another 6 bees in her fur. And we don't know how many times she was stung, but she was pretty darn freaked out about it. And I definitely pulled, I think, 3 stingers out of her over the next 24-hour period. And we had to give her some antihistamine. Luckily, our emergency vet gave us some advice over the phone, so we were able to give her some over-the-counter antihistamine, and she was great. But she learned her lesson, and of course she's lucky because she's got very, very thick, if you look, she's got very, very thick curly fur, as opposed to Ghost. Come here, Ghost. Come here. He has a long coat, but it's a very, very fine kind of fine coat. Whereas this young lady, you can see hers is much thicker and more curlier, and I think that helped her in that particular instance. So that is the tale of ennui. I also promised, before I get to talking about everything that's going on in the garden, I also promised to tell you about this t-shirt in the Sunday Musing, which I have already filmed but is not going out before this one. So people regularly ask me what this t-shirt says. It says, "Sorry, I didn't recognise you without your head on." It's a fursuit joke, right? So if you are a mascot performer or a fursuiter, and you are at an event or at a convention, and you're dressed up as a giant mascot or a fluffy animal or whatever, people recognise the character, right? They recognise the performer second and the character first. And because when you are fursuiting, there is kind of this not everybody follows it, but there's a kind of an idea that you don't break the magic, i.e. you don't take the head off, especially not in front of children. You keep that character performance going. And so it's very common for people not to recognise the person who is the performer, because that person will only take the head off when they're back in what's called a headless lounge, or they're away from the crowd. And so very often you'll be at an event where someone will recognise your costume, your fursuit, but they won't recognise the performer underneath. And I'm afraid I have used that to great advantage on multiple occasions, where I have taken other people and let other people be my characters and just hung around next to the character, which is always fun because people go, "Oh, wait, I thought that, you know, people who know me and know that I perform, you know, Chimichanga and Queenie, they will go, oh, wait, I recognise that person, but I also know that that person is not inside that costume because that person is standing right next to it." Sometimes it can be hilarious. On one occasion, someone came up to me and was like ready to say hello. And they got really excited that it was me and they wanted to say hi because I hadn't seen me for a while. And then they realised that I was standing next to one of my characters, and they went from to and just left it at that, which I thought was really sweet. So that's where that t-shirt joke comes from. And I wear it sometimes on camera, not much these days because it's old. It's my old wandering around the garden t-shirt. But anyway, let's talk about the garden because you need to know about that really. So the strawberries are doing well, corn is doing well. Still need to plant this up. I keep talking about it and I haven't done it yet. We have some more strawberries growing down here. Look at this. This one's not quite ready yet, but we've got some more strawberries there. Ghost really wants a ball. If you're wondering why my dogs are out with me today, it's because it's really hot. It's just like 20 past 10 and it's already really super hot. And I want a chance to film this before it gets even warmer, because being outside when it's 40 plus degrees Celsius is no fun. It hit 47 earlier this week, 47.5 degrees, which is just ridiculous. All right, let me show you what's going on over here, because we've got some courgettes that are starting to grow. Which one is it? Where are you? Where are you? You're gonna be on here. There we go. There's a zucchini or a courgette under there, growing quite happily. There's some more in here. My squashes and my pumpkins are doing okay. I don't have any big pumpkins yet, but I've got lots of growth happening. And of course here I have, that is a butternut squash. I have another butternut squash on the other side of the fence that's growing nicely as well, and I cannot wait because I love them. They're perfect for stews and stuff in the winter. I think my peas have kind of started to give up. Some of my peas have started to die. Peas don't have a particularly long life, and they can also be quite finicky about, if you don't pick the peas straight away, the peas goes, oh, we've produced enough peas now, we're done. So we'll see. Also, we have loads and loads of beans coming. Oh, sorry, that's a bug. We have loads of beans coming. That was a shield bug of some description. It just caught me unawares. We have loads of beans coming. I have had some of them already this week. So the big ones have been taken off. And then over here, look at all of the apples that we have to harvest. I think we might have to have an apple harvesting session this weekend. The other thing that's going on, and I'm not entirely sure, is that my chickens have been making a lot of noise today, and I'm not sure if it's because there's a coyote around or there's another like prey animal around. They don't normally kick up when the dogs are around, but today they are. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. What's going on here, guys? What's happening? Charlie, what's up? So because it was so hot, we actually made these are just here just to temporarily give some extra shade to the chickens because it gets so hot. So they're all hiding in there at the moment because that seems to be a smart place for them. What else has been going on? Cucumbers are finally growing in the greenhouse. Let me show you that really quickly because it's really freaking hot in here. Come on, dogs. So the greenhouse is finally growing some cucumbers. If you look down there, we've finally got some cucumber growth at last. And the tomatoes are they're just all starting to produce, and it's lovely because I love having tomatoes. Got loads of cherry tomatoes growing. We've got some big tomatoes that are going to be ripe very soon. We've got some cherry tomatoes at this far corner. Look at it. Look at all those tomatoes. It is just amazing. I am so happy to have so many tomatoes, and it's kind of moist in here right now because it's so hot. It's humid. I've been giving the plants plenty of water, and it's certainly starting to pay off. So I am going to stay here right by this shade and ask you what's going on in your garden. Have you had any fun things happen in the last couple of weeks? Have you had a run-in with bees like poor Skye did? Let me know your stories in the comments below. And yes, I'm going to be making some more Blackberry and Apple Jam. And no, unfortunately, I'm not going to be selling it to you all. I'm going to be giving it away to friends and family. That's what we do. And I think this weekend we'll probably make some apple butter too. On that note, we are done with today's video. If you have comments, drop us a polite note in the Discord chat room. You can reach out to us on Mastodon, or if you are a Patreon supporter, you can reach out to us in the comments section there. If you want more, subscribe, hit the bell, and follow the links below to regularly support us with a YouTube membership or a Patreon subscription. You'll also find links to our Ko-fi, Bitcoin, and Swag store, as well as that aforementioned Mastodon server. Scrolling on my right, by that lovely greenhouse there, is the list of amazing Charged Up supporters, and shout outs go out to our V2G Patreon supporters: Alan Tupper, Andrew Martin, Bennett Elder, Brophy Wolf, Chris Maxwell, Cyprian Laplace, Dan Blair, Gordon C, Hay Esker, John Trammell, Carl Fox, Mark Eggleton, Peter Dillinger, Regine Fellows, Sean Tucker, Stefan Fremden, Stephen Williams, Tesla in the Gong, Paul Bricknell, Tony Moss, Carl Hodgson, Chris Centaur, Denny Hyde, Lance Schlall, Linda Irish, Mike Weeder, and Paul Nelson. And finally, big thanks to our off-grid supporters. They are Paul Conway, Kevin Burrowbridge, Stephen O'Donoghue, Jim Burness, Robert Flannery, Aaron Hahn, Ellery Hensley, Rory Litzwin, JP Fagerback, Dave Kitchen, Andrew Glenn, Anonymous Freak, Chris and Michael Johnson, CPU Freak 101, Eric Knack, Joe Bresney, John Henderson, Laura Reynolds, Marcel Ward, Matthew Drobnak, Nigel S, Reggie Watts, Will Graylin, and of course, Ian. Don't forget that we make content every Monday, Wednesday, Friday and Saturday on the main channel. And then on a Sunday here for Take 2, you will find us for the Chicken and Garden Update, which is this, and the Sunday Musing, which is coming in a second and will be a little rambly. It's all about sustainability today. One final word from the Chicken and Garden, which I forgot to mention, is one of my hens has decided that 47 degrees Celsius is the perfect time to go broody. But very luckily right now, I think she has decided that it is too hot to be broody. I don't think she's in there right now. Nope, that's not you that's being broody, it's one of your sisters. So hopefully we have broken her broodiness. Anyway, whatever you enjoy next, I hope you have a good one. Stay safe, be kind, keep evolving.